Hi, on this channel we mostly post videos about nootropics. This is our way to making biohacking, that is improving intelligence, memory capacity and so on with a healthy means. But how you can really determine exactly? Are there improvements? Or does the placebo effect simply play a role in this stuff? With this video I will give answers to this question. So now 3 scientific methods for cognitive self-assessment. Number 1. Psychomotor Vigilance Test. With caffeine there is improvements in the context attention. More specifically, this study reports on it. Today we are not interested in caffeine, but in PVT. This method is used to determine attention. You can even do this online, and yes, this is real scientific evidence about your attention span. I'm going to tell you a funny thing. Cambridge scientists use the same test, but they call the stuff CANTAB or Cambridge Neuropsychological Test Atom-Bed Battery. Yes, that battery or connection. So it doesn't just say the test, it says a lot more. But if you want to do a such test, for example for your own study, you have to pay a lot of dollars. So Psychomotor Vigilance Test is the golden man. And to check the stuff on my own example, I'm going to do a self-experiment. I'll do a caffeine-free test first thing in the morning, then drink caffeine and get tested again in 30 minutes. Black tea contains about 30 mg of caffeine per 100 ml. So for 200 mg of caffeine you need drink about 700 ml. In reality I need to drink a little less tea, but I drink tea regularly, and for more the difference will put my caffeine addiction into perspective. First attempt goes without caffeine at 7 am. My response times were this and this makes this milliseconds in the middle. When I made myself some tea, yes, don't surprise, I used tea bags to better control dosage. I drank 4 cups, which one is 200 ml, so 800 ml of tea is my dosage. Yes, a bit more than 200 mg caffeine. But today our purpose is to discover more about PV testing, not to do good caffeine trials. And after my caffeine dosage, I did another test. In this case, the responsible time were this and these milliseconds, standards in the middle about these milliseconds. This caffeine is a 5% improvement. Don't forget to subscribe my channel to know more about nootropics and biohacking. Number 2. False memory test and implicit and explicit febrile memory capacity together by scientists Roger, Mr. Damon, Macmillan and Kermal. These cognitive tests are much more complicated in terms of organization of the test. At the same time, there is much more interesting and tests not only memory, by thinking in general. In this study, modafinil recruited false memory 3 times. If you think I'm kidding, no, I'm not kidding. Because for example, when trying caffeine or methylphenidate, other nootropics, the improvements weren't that good. People list through earphones to 75 words sorted into 5 groups of 15 words. Each sentence contained multiple groups of seemingly similar words. The words of each of the phrases could be associated with a critical lure. This itself was not presented. For example, the presented words apple, orange, kiwi, etc. might lead to the associations with a critical bad fruit. Interrogation or testing was conducted immediately after the presentation. The outcome measures were the number of correctly related words and the number of incorrectly reported critical bits. Next, a recognition test is carried out. Participants were presented with a list of 30 words. 20 of these were previously introduced and 20 of these were new, including the 5 critical lures. Yes, As I said, these tests are more complicated and in the practice consists of 3 parts. And I'm going to do the same test with you. Now you take a sheet of paper, it's going to be relaxed. Fourth group of 50 words. Biology, chemistry, German, Match, French, history, art, informatics, physics, physical education, ethics, Russian, geography, musics, psychology. Your task is a more common words, so enroll this course for this warden. Second group. Pencil, pen, pencil case, marker, felt tip pens, exercise book, geometry triangle, ruler, liners, chalk pens, pocket calculator, compass, globe, world map, backpack. Third group. Printer, printer cartridges, punches, staplers, folders, magazine files, letter baskets, plastic savers, copy paper, document shredders, laminators, office chains, filing cabinets, copy paper, telephones. Third groups: Volkswagen, Mercedes, BMW, Skoda, Audi, Ford, Opel, Renault, Tesla, Smart, Dacia, Lexus, Toyota, Nissan, Kia. Fifth group: Microsoft Excel, Adobe Photoshop, Translator, Microsoft Word, Adobe Premiere, Google Chrome, OBS, Skype, Zoom, WinRAR, Microsoft PowerPoint. Oh yeah, it was aiming, but I think only the second and third group must be really complicated. 2 solutions. First group: school subjects. Second group: things for school and university. Third group: office supplies. Fourth group: car brands. Fifth group: computer programs. You get 2 points for each correct category. A maximum of 10 points will be eaten. Second part of the test. Please write down everything you remembered from the first group on the paper. Now from the second group. From the third group. No time for the fourth group. And yes, I know, hands hurts, but time for the last, fifth group starts now. Yes, very well indeed, because you have already developed the brain with this experiment. But now we will check everything. This is the words from the first group. From the second group. From the third group. Now my favorite group number 4. And the last, fifth group. In the best case, all 75 words can be correct, that gets 75 points. And finally, the 3 layer of our test. This gives the most important points. That 30 words we already had 50 are new. The task is to find all 50 imposter words. You have 60 seconds to do this. Whoa, this wasn't easy either. And this is how it all has to look like. If you get 50 correct, you get 50 points. Write results in the comments, because such statistic will be interesting for my subscribers and me. Test number 3 is called Stroop Task and is based on the Stroop effect. In Wikipedia, for example, you can find a great explanation of this. But I can demonstrate the purpose of the test with this video, very easy. You can see the word green, but the answer must be yellow. The stuff works really simply, but is used in very seriously studies to examine working memory, central, executive functions. What's the central executive? To understand this, you need to know a few basics. First, our memory consists of three parts: short, long, and the important for us, working memory. When we learn something, the information only stays there. When we write a text, have an interesting conservation, present something, and by the way also think, this work is mainly done by working memory. Basis number 2. Psychology Alan Bedley, in his study Working Memory, Looking Back and Looking Forward, he posits the connection to long-term memory like a download. The central executive is responsible for this. The areas of the brain responsible for this have also been found: the frontal and parental lobes. Creators, scientists, professionals, business people, and everyone else who thinks about test called Stroop Task gives possibility to check work from working memory and from central executive. The latter is, so to speak, responsible for downloading information from long-term memory to working memory. Long-term memory is like HDD. Storage capacity is almost unlimited. 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 3, also 300 terabytes. Working memory can be compared to SSD. Theoretically, storage capacity is also unlimited, but in practice is strictly limited, for example 250 or 500 gigabytes. In this study, modafinil improved scores on this test, so you can compare things to USB ports. Without modafinil, it is USB 2.0, with modafinil it becomes USB 3.0, but you can impress it. By the way, I link in today's test in the video description. I think the ability to measure biohacking and effectiveness of nootropics is very important. I am done at this moment. Subscribe to the channel to know more about nootropics and biohackings. Thanks for watching, see you soon and burgir!